Hi, I'm James the Light Guy, and today we're going to address a viewer concern. Right now, my go-to bulb for testing in the light box and our projector and reflector housings for beam patterns is H11, but I have yet to do a standard halogen type. Today we're going to correct that, and we're going to take a look at this Eiko H11 bulb. It says it's supposed to be 55 watts, which is standard. Nothing special about it. Let's see if we can't get it out of the package without touching the glass. Now, it's important to note on halogen bulbs that you shouldn't touch the glass as the oils can contaminate the surface, reducing the efficiency of heat dissipation where your fingerprints are, causing the bulb to burn out prematurely. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And you can see we have just the, standard H11 2-pin connector in the back, and the 3-prong base that twists into the housing. You can also see the tungsten coil in the glass. Let's grab our power supply and hook it up to the bulb. Another fantastic thing about halogen bulbs is that they are not polarized, so it doesn't matter which end we put positive and which end we put negative. Struggling to use my left hand here. There we go, connect it up. Let's turn on our power supply. Here we see at 14.4 volts, we are drawing 4.75 amps. And that means we are currently drawing actually about 68 watts, which is in excess of the rating. Let's power on our light box. We will be using the times 10 function here. And a nice thing to note again, on halogen bulbs, there is no blind spot or dark areas. Now this bulb is pretty warm, so I can't leave it in the box for long, but let's see what we get for a reading. Looks like 515 is about what we're at there. Alright, next let's turn out the lights and move over to our projector housing and get a couple measurements there. Here we are in the projector housing. You can see that we're still drawing about 4.7 amps, and we are lined up with this pole, which puts the wall at about 4 meters away. I've marked a spot for the center of the beam pattern as well as the top of the cutoff, and we've put 5 marks. There is one in the middle here in the brightest spot, as well as one on each side and a row vertically. So starting over here, this is a left or driver side headlamp assembly in the US. So this would be on oncoming traffic side. This one read with our light meter at 17 lux. Moving center, the top one here is 170 lux, and the passenger side off the side of the road here is 34 lux. So this particular design casts more light off to the side of the road rather than oncoming traffic. Going vertically, we had the 170 in the middle. We had 34 right here, and only 7 lux down at the bottom. As you can see, we have a decent cutoff line with a little bit of light shed in the top middle, but most of it stays centralized on the road. I wish there was a little bit more in this region, but this is where your fog lights would really fill in, and down here, well, that's pretty close to not visible on your vehicle, so not really much of a point worrying about that. But as you can see, we had over 500 lux from the bulb direct, but got cut down to 170 at its brightest here on the wall. Let's move over to the projector housing. We now have the bulb installed in our projector housing. Still drawing, well, now just shy of 4.7 amps, and lined up with the post. We have it centered on those marks, again with the cutoff line marked by the large tape. Starting over on this end, we only got 10 lux this time. Centered 160 lux, and over here we got 35 lux. So brighter on the right side and dimmer, significantly dimmer on the oncoming traffic side. We had about a 8% drop in brightness at the peak, but this one, which was, I believe, 30 on our reflector housing, is 44 here on the projector, and this one is down to 10, which is brighter than the reflector. So we can see that vertically we keep more light and shed quite a bit off on the driver's side, as well as getting a flare up from the lens. We also have a little bit of bleed up in this area, and we can see that the beam pattern is kind of in these consecutive rings around the projector. In fact, I'm not super impressed with this housing from the Toyota. Let's move back to our workstation. Now that we're back in the filming booth, we can talk about what we've learned about this bulb. This standard factory halogen bulb is adequate. If you have a factory bulb, you know how useful they are on the road. Now we can use this standard that we set with the light box readings as well as those 5 points that we've marked on the wall for all of our future videos and comparisons. If you guys liked this video and found it informative or useful, give me that thumbs up, as well as consider sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Over 80% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Well, that's all I have for today. Until next time, I'm James the Light Guy.